Thank you, Brian. We'll talk with you soon. It's now 6:03. A public hearing over a proposed 120-day data center moratorium in Greensboro will continue this evening.
Certainly a hot topic in the Gate City. Some residents say 4 months is not enough and are now pushing for a pause of up to 3 years. Now, they say city leaders need to provide more transparency and research before moving forward. And Mayor Mary Kay Abuzawader says the city is still gathering expert input to weigh the potential benefits and environmental risks.
There were still no resources for the public to view ahead of this hearing. No draft moratorium, no public research on what all has accomplished already.
Everyone is concerned about the environmental impacts, and so are we. So we are looking at that very carefully. We need someone who is an environmental expert, someone who knows about data centers. We need everything so we can weigh the pros and cons and see what would be good for Greensboro.
The public hearing resumes at 5:30 inside City Council chambers.
In Alleghany County, the Board of Commissioners is voting 5-0 to approve a one-year moratorium on data centers. The draft includes a 30-day period at the end of that 1 year for the board to consider any moratoriums or any amendments to extend it. Next Monday, Davidson County Commissioners will hold a public hearing on a proposed 6-month moratorium on data center development. That meeting is set for 6 p.m. Several communities have already paused or rejected data center projects. Forsyth County denied a 130-acre project in Rural Hall last month, while Davie and Surrey counties in Mount Airy have adopted moratoriums.
Well, sentencing is over in the criminal case for the murder of Greensboro Police Sergeant Dale Nix. John Morrison and Zachoria Blackwell both pleaded guilty to charges related to his death. Blackwell, who drove the car involved in the crime, was sentenced to 16 to 29 months, but was released with credit for time served. Morrison pleaded guilty to accessory after the fact to second-degree murder and robbery. He's expected to spend 15 to 20 years in prison. The third person involved in this case, Shamir Foster, pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and robbery back in February. He will serve anywhere from 25 to 32 years in prison. In other headlines, as the 60-day deadline to reach a permanent end to the war in Iran expired Monday, President Donald Trump said the deadline was irrelevant and there is no timetable to stop the conflict.
Rachel Hersheimer is joining us now from our Washington, D.C. bureau with where the conflict currently stands.
My colleague Jackie DeFusco asked the president yesterday in the Oval Office if he is any closer than he was 60 days ago to ending Iran's nuclear program. Remember, that has been a key priority of the president since the beginning of this war. Take a listen to what he had to say.
Well, they want to make a deal, but they're not going to make the kind of a deal that I feel is necessary. Look, we're in there for one reason. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon.
The president has once again threatened longtime U.S. ally Oman. This comes after Iran said it reached an agreement with Oman over a plan for ships to travel through the Strait of Hormuz. President Trump told Fox News the U.S. will bomb Oman if it gets in the way. Meanwhile, the 60-day memorandum of understanding signed between the U.S. and Iran expired on Monday with no word on extending the agreement. And it's appearing like this war that's nearing its 6th month has no end in sight as negotiations remain at a standstill. What's important to keep in mind is how the Iran war could ultimately shape the midterm elections heading into November. Just recently, House Speaker Mike Johnson stressed once the war is over, gas and grocery prices will start coming down, all points we will likely hear heading into November. In Washington, Rachel Hersheimer, WXII 12 News.
New this morning, a Sparta man is in custody following a traffic stop on the Blue Ridge Parkway.
So the Alleghany County Sheriff's Office says that authorities seized drugs and 2 guns during that stop. This man on your screen, Darrell Payne, faces multiple charges, including trafficking of meth and fentanyl and possession of a firearm by a felon. He remains in the Alleghany County Detention Center on a $750,000 bond. He's due in court next Tuesday. Well, back here at home right now, Kernersville police are looking for the driver responsible for a hit and run.
This all happened around 2 yesterday afternoon on Piney Grove Road. This is near Kernersville Middle School. Police did not say what the suspect hit or if anyone got hurt.
Now, police believe the car involved is a red Honda with significant front end damage. They are now asking residents and businesses in the area to check cameras between 1:20 and 1:40 p.m.
Time on the clock, 6:08. Winston-Salem Forsyth County school leaders are investigating a report of a student slapping a teacher at Mount Tabor High School. District officials say they were aware of the incident and that all necessary and appropriate actions would be taken. Additional details are not immediately available. We have reached out to the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office for more information, and we are still waiting to hear back. Winston-Salem City Council members met last night for the first time since Chief William Penn announced his plans to request a permanent curfew. Council members voted to adopt the curfew back in June. Last night, City Council members did not take any action. We will keep you posted if they do so moving forward.
Staying in Forsyth County, residents are concerned about a proposal for a new Novant Health facility. If approved, the site would take up 4 acres in between Peacehaven Road and Polo Road. One resident we spoke with says the area is already congested with traffic from the YMCA, 2 nearby schools, as well as major shopping areas. She thinks it's unnecessary given the close proximity to major hospitals.
There's going to be sirens, so also the noise worries me. The traffic is the biggest worry. I don't think Robin Hood can handle that kind of traffic. I timed it this week from Novant Hospital to the place where this is going to be. It's 6 minutes in a car. 6 minutes. Why would we need another ER when we have one 6 minutes from here?
Residents can weigh in during a public hearing this morning. It all starts at 10 o'clock inside the municipal courtroom in Kernersville Town Hall.
Traveling around Winston-Salem by bus is going to look a little different soon. Starting Sunday, August the 30th, the Winston-Salem Transit Authority will launch a significant update to its fixed route network. That includes new crosstown connections and increasing frequency on popular routes to accommodate the city's growing population.